right now? Let me share the screen meanwhile. Yes, am I audible? Yes? Fine. So in the, yeah, thank you. In the last class, what we have discussed, what we have finished, we have discussed join method and also yield method and synchronized keyword and also synchronized block, then and producer consumer problem. Okay. That is interthread communication. Producer consumer problem is interthread communication. Okay. So these many concepts we have discussed in the last class, and also hope you all everybody could able to remember that, recollect that concept, and what are all the two tasks we have done on that day? If you can able to recollect, can you please tell me what are all the two tasks we have done? Password checking. Very good. Checking based on some constraints. Yes or no? And substrings, and getting the generating the substrings from a given string. That's what we have seen. Okay. And I just want to ask you guys, how many of you couldn't able to do the task? How many of you couldn't able to do the task? Yes. If you are anybody is having still any doubt, we will discuss those programs once again after the end of the session. Okay, we will discuss once again. Those who couldn't understand, you just please be here, we will discuss that. Somehow you have to learn the things. Okay. So today actually we have completed four units we have completed so far. Yes or no? Unit 1, 2, 3, 4 we have completed, and unit 5, regarding unit 5, whichever the concepts are required, whichever concepts are really important, then that concept we will discuss through programs, especially through lab programs, because some of the many of the lab programs are interlinked with the unit 5. So with that, by discussing the concepts itself, we will discuss the programs. So meanwhile we will cover both. Okay, lab programs and also the concepts of unit 5. Okay. So today what I am trying to give you is, there are two tasks you have to do today, regarding based on the multi-threading. Based on multi-threading, you have to do two tasks. Okay. And thus the multi-threading programs will not have any test cases, because uh, there is no prediction. No, we cannot predict how exactly the output we are going to get. So that we couldn't arrange any test cases for that. So that what you have to do is, you need to practice. I'll explain. You need to practice. Okay. Among these two programs, one is from the lab manual. Okay, one program is from the lab manual. So we will discuss slowly, and we will understand the concept clearly. Okay. Is that fine, guys? Is that fine with everybody? What do you say? Yes, no? Okay, fine. So the today's task is, uh, hope you have done this program. Yes or no? You have done these subsets. How you have to do this? Many of you have finished, I think. Okay, if there is anybody still left over, I will discuss at the end. Okay, now what you have to do is, there is a multi-threading program which is related to generate tables. That is, tables means fifth table, sixth table. Okay, we have multiplication tables now. So by using thread concept, we can able to generate, we can able to tables. Okay, fifth table, sixth table, some other table, we are going to do that. Okay, see, uh, please everybody read the comment line first, read the program first along with me. Read everybody. The aim of this program is write a Java program that implements a multi-thread application that has 3 threads. So you need to implement a Java program in which you have to create 3 threads. Okay. First thread generate random integer every 1 second. For each second you have to generate a random integer. Okay, that is what the first thread has to do. And then, based on the random number which it generates, if the value is even, suppose if the value is even number, okay, if the value is even, then the second thread computes the square of the number. So what work it has to do? Second thread, it has to compute square of that number which is generated by the random number. Of course, suppose if it is an odd number, there is a chance, no? There is a chance of random number. The random method will generate even odd numbers also. So if it is odd, then the third thread will print the value of the guys, I'm sorry. Instead of I just started the previous program, that is tables program, I just started the lab program right now. So initially we will discuss this and then we will discuss that. Okay, initially we will discuss lab program. Okay, which is, it is from the lab program. This program is the 5th program from your lab manual. Okay, that we will discuss first and then we will move to the multiplication. Okay, is that fine? Right? Are you able to understand? Yeah, please do concentrate well on what we are discussing. Okay, so here how many threads we are creating? Can you please tell me how many threads we are creating? 3 threads. Only Shravya is responding. What about the others? What about the others? Are you here? Everybody? 68. Okay. Satvika, fine. So we are, guys, everybody try to give a reply. It will not take more than 1 second. Okay. Try to reply here. Whenever you could able to understand, then you reply immediately. Okay. Yeah, Anil, I'll explain once again. Don't worry. See, this is the lab manual program number 5. Okay, so in this program, what we are going to do is, this is read everybody, that write a Java program that implements multi-thread application. Okay, that has 3 threads. It should have 3 threads. First thread generates random integer every 1 second. First thread has the responsibility to generate random integer after each second. Okay, if the value is even, whatever the random number we are getting from the random method, if it is even number, then the second thread computes square of that number. Okay, the second thread has to compute the square of the random number generated. Suppose if it is the odd number, suppose it may be the odd number, then the third thread will print the cube of that number. Then the third thread will print cube of the number. So this is what we have discussed just now. Okay, so did you understand, everybody? So how many threads totally we have created? We need to create 3. First one, what is the responsibility of the first thread? What is the responsibility of first thread? It has to generate random number. Very good, Savanan. Okay, and second one, Second thread has to, what is the responsibility of the second thread? If it is even number, then it has to perform the square. What about the third thread? If it is odd number, it has to do the cube. Okay, third thread has to do the task of cubing of the number if it is odd. Okay, so this is what the program we need to discuss right now. Okay, so totally initially random class, if I want to generate any random class, random number, what class I need to import? What class I need to import? Random, which is available in which package? It is available in which package? Util package. We have discussed no random also, utility classes, yes or no? So we have discussed. So here there is a class, multi-thread class. In that we have a main method. In that we have a main method. Okay, this is a test class. In that main method, what we are trying to do is, we just created a thread T1. The first thread we have created. Okay, thread T1. Okay, and after creating the thread, we are going to start the thread. We want to start the thread. Okay, now still along with this test class, multi-thread class, we have even thread 1. We have even thread 1 class, and also which is extended from the thread. Which is extended from the thread. This is the first thread, and this is the second thread. The second thread name is even. Okay, the second thread name is even, which also extends from thread. So can I say even is a thread? Even class which can generate threads, which can create threads? Yes, obviously. And the third thread is odd thread. The name of the third thread is odd. So the class name is odd, and which is also be extended from thread class. So even the third thread also can generate some threads. The name is odd. Okay, understood now? So these are the 3 threads we have: thread 1, even, and also odd. These are the 3 threads. And what is happening? What is happening in the thread 1? You just look at that. Okay, actually I just created a reference here, random R, and in the thread 1, suppose if I want to perform anything, I have to keep that entire code in the run method. No, do you know that? We have already discussed. No, yes. So in the run method, what I am doing is, why did I keep this try means, I just want to discuss this try first, because this try catch I just introduced because of this sleep method, because I am using sleep method, because we already discussed in the program that random integer has to generate every 1 second. Yes or no? So for that reason, to maintain the time, I just used the sleep method. Okay, I just used the sleep method, which generates what type of exception? Can you please tell me? Sleep method could able to raise an exception of interrupted exception. Yes, guys, please do respond. If you are able to understand, you just respond. Interrupted exception, it can able to raise. So that I just kept under the try catch block. Okay, right. So as it is a checked exception, for sure I need to handle, or else I need to report. So here I am handling. I just interested to handle that in terms of try catch. Okay, and there is a for loop. The random number should be generated. No, it has to be generated for many times. No, so it has to generate for 10 times, from 1 to 10. The random numbers has to be generated for 10 times, from 1 to 10. So what I'm doing is, R is equal to new random of. Actually here I can say random R is equal to new random of. This entire thing is a single statement. We can keep in a single statement also. Understood now? Yes or no? Random R is equal to new random, or else you can say random R you can declare here, and also you can directly define here R is equal to new random of. Did you understand these 2 differences? Yes? Okay. Now what method you will give you a random number within a range? Here I need a range of random integers from 0 to 100. So that I am giving a 100 number as a parameter to the which method? Which method? Nextint method, which could able to generate the random integers in the within the range of 0 to 100. Okay, r dot nextint of 100. So whichever the random number it generates, that will be stored in the num. Okay, now what I am doing is, of course the random number is generated. Then what I have to do, I have to check whether it is the even number or odd number. No, yes or no, I need to check, right? So for that reason, what I am doing is, if of num modulus 2 is equal to 0, what does it mean? What does it mean? What I am doing over there? I am checking whether it is even number or not. So if it is even, what I have to do? What comes into the picture? What comes into the picture? The second thread comes into the picture, not square. Of course, we need to do square. The second thread comes into the picture, which has the responsibility to square it. Yes or no? So for that reason, what I am doing, even already we discussed that it is a second thread, even thread T2, that is thread 2, new even of number. Okay, I am just passing the number along with the thread. Okay, along with the number. So T2 dot start. So as and when I said T2 dot start, exactly where is the run method? Here we have a run method. Yes or no? Understood? No? Then what is the role of this? I just pass the number along with the constructor. No, new even of. So I should have a parameterized constructor. I should have a parameterized constructor, and with this number I need to define the even. Okay, there is one member, one data member, that is x. Okay, for that x I am just initializing the number. Okay, or else you can even say the number I am initializing to x in the even thread. Okay, and hope you understand what is this, everybody. Whatever the number I am passing to the constructor, with that number I am initializing. Okay, understood? No? Okay, there is a run method. There is a run method. In this run method, whatever the code I want to execute, I need to keep. No. So what I am trying to do, if x is even only, I came here. So x, that is whatever the number, suppose maybe 2. 2 is even, and I need to keep this entire thing is in a double quotes. Okay, 2 is even, comma, its square is, and I am concatenating with the result. What is the result? 2 into 2, that is square. No, 2 into 2, that is 4. Yes or no? Did you understand, everybody? Everybody could able to understand this? Yes, only Shravya and Anil understood. What about the remaining? Abhinav, okay, right? Padmashriya, next. 72, fine. 68, okay guys, good, right? So again I'm going back. Very good, Dharan. I'm going back again. So if it is odd number, whatever the random integer method generates, of course, if it is maybe a odd number, then what happens? It comes to the else part. Then thread 3 comes into the picture. Okay, it comes to the else part. Odd T3, that is thread 3, equal to new odd of number. Again I need to pass this number. No, whichever the random number I just generated. So now the constructor gets called, and the constructor initialized with this number. Okay, the data member of the odd method, odd thread, the odd object will be defined with this number. Okay, again I am saying T3 dot start. Whenever I say T3 dot start, this run method is going to be executed. So in the odd thread, odd class, what we are doing, we just call the constructor. We just define the constructor with the given parameter. Okay, and in the run method, what we are doing, we are just printing the cube of it. Of course, it is a odd number. No, what is the responsibility of the thread 3? It has to perform the cube. Okay, so x is, suppose maybe 3. 3 is odd, and its cube is and you need to concatenate with the answer, that is cube of the 3 is 27. Okay, understood? No, right? That's what you have to do. So how three threads are interlinked, how three threads are working together in the multi-thread environment, by this you can learn. Okay, understood everybody? Did everybody understood this? What is this program? Multi-thread application, even odd problem. Okay, right, Jagadish? Yeah. So we have one more thing we need to discuss still, that is, this is what I already given the description, that is to generate tables, multiplication tables, maybe the fifth table and also sixth table I am interested here. So how to generate by using a thread concept. Okay, read the comment line everybody. Write a program that display fifth and sixth mathematical tables by creating two threads. Here, how many threads are working? How many threads are working? Two threads. Yes or no? Two threads are working. So that, listen, there is a class, fifth table, which extended from thread. So fifth table is a thread which can able to work for a thread, and there is a class sixth table which extends even from thread. Okay, so this is also a thread class, and also here there is a class called multiple tables. This is the test class. In which we have a main method. In the main method, what we have to do? Already we have discussed there are two threads, no? What is this thread is doing? We will discuss right now. Okay, here fifth table F is equal to new fifth table of. Then can you please tell me what is F? What is F? F is it? Guys, are you listening? Thread object. I think there is a lag, I think, because you are taking more than 1 minute to respond. So it is a thread object. F is a thread object, and also S is also in. Same thread object. Okay, so on these two thread objects, I am calling start method. F start, F dot start, ES dot start. Okay, so what is going to happen? F dot start. This run method is going to be called. Okay, in this run method, what I am doing, I just took a for loop from 1 to 10, and within that loop, what I am doing, I am just printing the fifth table. How I need to print? See, look at this. You need to look at the format also. How to print the format also you need to observe. 5 into you have to print. Okay, 5 into what you need to multiply with what? Actually, first time 1, second time 2, 3, 4, etc. And equal to you need to print. Again you need to concatenate with the answer. Okay, 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3. Like that you have to concatenate your answer. Even the sixth table also. S dot start will invoke the run method of the sixth table class. Okay, from 1 to 10, it is also multiplying the sixth table. Hope you understand this format. How to print and all. Listen carefully. Observe the format. Okay. Understood? No, exactly you have to do in the same way. Exactly the format you have to do in the same way. That is the reason I am stressing much. Okay, understood now? Guys, one more thing. Suppose if I execute, how the output will be? What is your expectation? It would be a random because sometimes it will print the fifth table, sometimes it would print the second sixth table. Very good, excellent. That is the reason we need to use the join method. And I'll ask you the syntax later. Once let me execute this. See what happened as you expected. Sometimes fifth table got executed, sometimes sixth, sometimes fifth, again sixth. Look at this. In some random way, it got generated. As you expected that, as you said that what we need to do? What we need to do? We need to use the join method. Exactly where I can keep that statement? Can you please tell me? F dot join. Very good. What about the remaining students? Please do respond. Is this point strike in your mind? I'm asking the remaining students. To make that proper, to make that output proper, is that point? Of course, we need to use join method. Is that point got? Did you get that point in your mind? After F dot start. Very good. Very good, 6W. F dot join off. F dot join off. Okay. So we will see right now once again. So what happens? What happened? What happened again? Join is also not considered by your thing. We will see. Sometimes even it is also behaving in a weird way. Okay. Let me execute once again. Okay. Even join also sometimes it is not okay. It is not considering. That is how the thread class is. Then we have to use synchronize. Okay, then we have to use synchronize. That is for sure. Synchronize will work for sure. But sometimes join also will not work. We cannot promise that join also will work fine whenever you require any proper output. See, now also it's not working, no? Let me execute once again. No. No, not at all. Okay. F dot join. Then only S has to start. No. Okay. So it is not giving you a promising result. So you cannot even trust the join method. Okay. Sometimes it was worked well because at the time of our discussion it worked well. Yes or no? Join method worked well. But now it's not. Sometimes it may be like that. Okay. Understood? No. So for sure, if you want, you can use the synchronized concept. Right, guys? Understand? Right. And let me execute this also. Which one? This one. Okay, let me execute this one also. Okay, because the name of the, see, look at this, the class name is, if the class is public, the name of the class must be as same, it is same, must be with the same name. Okay, same name of the class. Because but here my program name I just kept as 5, it is not giving that file not found. So what I need to use, what I need to do, I need to rename. There is no other way. Okay, there is no other way. Multi-thread. Okay, right. Now we will execute. Understood now? What is the reason file not found we got? Yes or no? Right. Yeah. 16 is even, its square is 256. Like this it is, we are getting. Okay. Okay, 75 is odd, so that it is giving the cube of the 75. So this is how you need to do your program, multi-thread application, and also the tables program. What is the tables program? That is fifth table. Okay, fifth and sixth tables. So will you do that, guys? Will you do that?